Hello everyone, welcome again to my workshop. It's a short follow-up of yesterday's video because I forgot to touch very important thing, and also we'll address the comments from yesterday's video. And I had a chance to fly today, although it was very windy. So morning was windsurfing because I'm a windsurfer as my profession, and in the afternoon I went to the airfield and I flew. And I had very unpleasant hard landing, which ended up with the broken off landing gear, tail landing gear. So, but I have very nice, I don't know, lesson learned that I will share with you. Interesting. Okay, so let's dive in. Maybe we start with the comments first. One question from yesterday's video was. Did I think about cheater holes on the cover, on the hatch? But I don't think it matters where you make them. And actually, not knowing this question, today before the flight I made 2 cheater holes here in the front of the fuselage to gain more air, not only to the EDF but also to the battery packs, because they were getting a little bit hot. And now we have really cold weather, so in the hotter weather it will be impossible to fly with 2 packs only, because I draw 70 amps from each pack from my Lions, so quite a lot. And I did those cheater holes both sides symmetrically, and the plane sounds a little better. It's more, which is nice always. It's not slower. It looks like it has a little bit more power, so maybe better. And batteries are definitely cooler, so I would even do them a little bit larger. And I was thinking to make more cheater holes, and I already prepared that. Oh, the wing is open. Prepared that before flying today, but I didn't test it because the leg broke, the landing gear broke. I thought of cutting in here, like the tape, the shiny tape, both sides symmetrically, so air would be supplied directly to the lip of the EDF, which would be very nice. But I'm not sure yet, because I'm actually thinking to design and print a lip and the whole EDF here, so it would be more back, way shorter. Then I would create cheater holes here, because here it would be nothing, no tube. Like now I'm flying on the tube, which is 20 cm long, a tube like that is supplying air to the EDF that is sitting here. And I'm thinking just to stuff this EDF here without tube, and here would be cheater holes, and it would be nice. And I had it on the Diablo yesterday. Unfortunately Diablo is already trashed, so we won't see it. And on the Diablo the cheater holes were, I think, here, and the sound was amazing, because cheater holes make beautiful sound, like these 2 holes for wheels underneath. They make really great sound of EDF. If you have this plane, you can check it out. Check the sound, sorry guys, check the sound before and after closing landing gear. When the landing gear is open, the sound is amazing. Or flyby with open landing gear and push full throttle is like, when you close it, it obstructs a little bit and closes the airflow, and it's not that great sound anymore. So cheater holes are good. I made them a lot of times, and actually always they help. I didn't have even one occasion that the cheater hole didn't help. It was always better. Only when you make cheater holes under the wings, like here, it's dangerous, because they are sucking out the air from the wings and they decrease the lift of the plane. So it's always better to make cheater holes above wings, but not just above wings, way above wings, far from wings or behind wings. It's always better, because if you make cheater holes just above wings, it will disturb the airflow above the wing, and you will lose the lift. And I did it once in one prototype of mine, and the plane, when I was pushing acceleration, the plane was just dropping. It didn't direct like this one down because of the thrust vector, but it was just dropping because it was losing the lift. So dangerous. Okay. So this was the first question from yesterday. The second question was the landing gear in the front. We'll we'll go to that when I will explain the broken landing gear from today. And the third question was about the aura cover. Of course, the aura cover is iron on. It's not the sticky tape. It's iron on. You have to iron it with 100 degrees just to melt the glue. You have to have iron with a sock, and then heat up the iron to 150, and then, or maybe a little bit more, and then this plastic actually shrinks, and it's a shrink wrap. So then the wing becomes very smooth and nice. So but it's very easy to work with. It's very easy, and this is aura cover standard colors, fluo red and fluo orange. You can buy it everywhere. Okay. Before we go to the landing gear, this is something I forgot yesterday. It's a very nice tip, very simple, very easy fix for the huge play of all control surfaces in Avanti. The play is unbelievable because the holes in these horns are way too big for the rods. The rods are much smaller diameter, and it's super easy fix. You just need to open the control horn, remove the rod, then place a little dot of super glue, of cyanoacrylic glue, on both sides, so you cover the hole. It's like a small drop, and then put the rod back again, without plastic yet. Put the rod back again and just spray it with accelerator and wait 5-10 seconds on it until it dries, and then move it once so it actually unlocks, and then place it on the servo and lock and put the plastic back again. It takes a second and it's absolutely zero play. Now the whole play is from the servo. It's not from the surface, and it's the best. It's the simplest and the best fix for all play like that, and it's very, very, very quick. And of course it will last because the area of sticking to the rod is very big. So this is something I recommend to all the surfaces. Okay, so let's dive into the landing gear. This landing gear sits like this, and of course it's already with the bigger wheels because these wheels are 1 cm bigger than the original ones, which are super small. Hold on, I'm back. These are the original wheels. It's really a shame to put wheels like this on the plane like that. This plane is 4 kilos easily, and these wheels are very nice if you fly on concrete, but I think most of us fly from grass because we just don't have concrete strips or asphalt strips. So this is just unusable in grass. You can forget it. So I bought this little bit bigger wheels from, it's a Park Flyer wheels. They're 6 cm diameter, but they actually could be a little bit bigger, and it's better, but still not big enough. And also I believe that these struts are too soft for this heavy plane, because when I put on the scale, I do it like this. I just put the scale on the table and I just press, and this one shows 1.5 kilo or 1 kilogram of power, which is really nothing. So the plane, 1.5 kilo I think, so the plane fully loaded is already bending them all the way. So when you're landing, you're actually landing on compressed strut, on compressed suspension, which is absolutely dramatic because you land on hard legs, and that's why I'm actually landing quite good. But today I landed once a little bit harder, and the leg broke off. This little pin, which is 4 millimeters pin, it broke off, and no wonder, because play of this leg is only 2 cm, which is nothing, and of course it's too soft. So it's a pity, because the mechanics itself are amazing. These are very high quality mechanics. I love them. They are light and strong aluminum ones, very nice. But the leg is definitely not for a plane like this. This is good for a 2 kilo plane, but not for 4 kilo plane. So it's a shame. I hope Sebart will fix it one day, because this is a brand new plane, and after a few years of selling, still issues like this, it's not nice. Really not nice. So I had to disassemble this mechanics. It's very simple, 3 screws only. It's very well built because I couldn't remove the broken piece from inside, the broken rod from inside, but I managed, and I created a new rod from a stainless steel screw. I just cut a piece, I think 3 cm long piece. It's very quick. I just stuffed it in. You lock it with these small screws, and that's it. It's 5-minute fix. It's very quick. Of course, it will break again because the problem is in the landing gear. It's not the. If you use stronger screw, it will break the plane because something has to give in, and it's better that this breaks than the wing. The problem is this, and I can show you. This is my old landing gear, of course, with my wheel that I printed. Old landing gear from my old Black Horse Viper 1.4 meters. So the Viper is the same size like this and approximately the same weight. And the play of this is 4.5 cm. It's such a difference. And that's why I kept this, because the Viper is dead, long gone. But I kept this landing gear because it's amazing. And I will actually put it on this plane tomorrow, because tomorrow we're filming a flight for you and for me. So you have to upgrade the landing gear. The JP Hobby, I think, sells them also, but as long as I have them on bench, I'm gonna use them. Okay, and one very interesting thing, if you cannot afford to upgrade to JP Hobby quite expensive landing gear set for this plane. Actually, I was flying today with a friend of mine that was flying Avanti, but the foam version, the 80mm, that was also bought from Sebart. And we compared landing gear. Avanti has much bigger wheels, even though it's a foamy, much bigger, it's like way bigger. It looks like 7.5 cm, very nice, much bigger wheels. The play of the landing of the spring is like double or even 3 times, and the strength of the spring is also higher. So it's higher quality landing gear than this. Only the mechanics are plastic, so it's worse. But the leg itself and the wheel is better in Avanti 80mm. And when you modify slightly the hole, which is super easy, it will fit this plane. And also it's a 4mm bolt. So the cheapest way to upgrade landing gear in this plane would be to buy a set of legs for Avanti. And what is very nice, Avanti has also longer front strut, which would solve the problem of extending the front strut, which is very nice. So my recommendation for the cheapest and the most reliable landing gear is to buy a set of landing gear without mechanics for the Avanti 80mm foamy, the Freewing Avanti, Sebart Freewing Avanti, and it would fix the problem because the landing gear from Avanti is amazing. I landed hard 100 times with this plane, and also loaded with 3 batteries weighing almost 4 kilos. So it was a heavy plane like this, and it never showed me any issues, any problems, which is very nice. And now the one comment from yesterday's video about how to extend the front leg. Simple. This part is so short in the front leg that the strut is actually touching the mechanics. And what you need to do is to cut this rod longer so the strut is not touching the mechanics. Then you need to make a gap of 2 cm between the strut, the suspension and the mechanics, and it's enough. And because you have a support here of the fuselage, it will not bend because the strut is supported here by the fuselage, so it doesn't have to be so stiff like here. So it's very simple. And I just did it from the same screw. I just cut the head off a little bit, so there was a little like flange, a little left, so it's not falling out because it has to rotate in the front strut. And I cut it longer and then just stuffed it inside, locked it with 2 small screws, but first you need to disassemble this mechanics like I did. So this screw actually goes inside from behind. You see? It goes from behind, and this head needs to be smaller. So you cut it and sand it so it goes deeper. And that's it. And then the leg starts here 2 cm higher, or even more. You can make even 3 cm because there is enough room. The doors are very long. And it's working. And then taking off today, I was taking off after 20 meters. It was windy, so it was right away. Okay. One more important thing that I want to say is I had issues with these screws locking the wings, not to separate, because this screw didn't catch the tube, the spar. So this wing was not locked, was not secured. And I fixed it in a very, very easy way. I took the drill, I drilled a hole here and here. You probably see the screw with a drill, 2 mm hole. I took a simple wood, it's called screw, I think, on a screwdriver, and I drove it here through both walls of the fuselage and the wall, the frame of the wing through, and it holds it like a dream. And also here, and you can disassemble it. You need to open the wheel and then you disassemble it unscrewing it. It's very simple, very nice. And I did the same with the tail wing, with the tail stabilizers. Only I have removed the motor and I screwed it in without the eye. I just made holes in the fuselage, but in the wing I didn't do the hole, and I just screwed it in from the inside. I've put my hand inside the fuselage and I just screwed in 2 screws, so now it's super secure and it's very nice, very simple. So the plane is great. It's an adventure because it flies wonderful. Today it was windy, maybe 50 kilometers per hour, and in strong wind it tracks like a bullet. It's really super nice. And tomorrow is also a little wind, so we'll film it and you'll see how fast it is. And the 12S drive is coming up. One more thing. I noticed that it's like they keep on forgetting. Some screws are locked with the Loctite glue and some are not. Like one leg was locked and one not. And the one that was not, the screws were not glued with the Loctite, they were unscrewing and my leg was moving left and right. So it looks like in the factory they are thinking about something else, not about the precision and details. So it's good when you assemble or disassemble, you always use a Loctite on every screws like this, because they will never hold without a Loctite. Don't even think that they will hold. You need to use a Loctite, always. So guys, I think this is it for today. It's way shorter than yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it. As I enjoy watching other videos, one of the guys sent me the video of his FPV flying. I will link it in the comments. This is by far the best FPV video I've ever seen. It's just mind-blowing. And how come he didn't lose the signal? He's flying in Switzerland between mountains, and he's like sometimes so deep between mountains, and he's going, it's amazing. And sometimes he's flying like this above the rocks. It's just mind-blowing. It's the best, and he's flying the EDF jet, so super cool. I also enjoy very much Rami, but I think Rami RC everybody's watching, so I keep my fingers crossed for his upcoming project of Gulfstream. And that's it. I hope to see you soon on the next video flying, and I hope you enjoy your hobby like I do. Thanks a lot.